It's a new dawn, a new day as we gear up for the opening of the new 225 light rail line. In less than 2 years, you'll be able to take light rail to places like the Aurora City Center, the Anschutz Medical Campus, and beyond.
We're excited to stay on top of what's to come. Aurora 8 has teamed up with RTD to bring you monthly in-depth stories. Producer Jenny Castor, RTD staff, and I are excited to share our first one.
The city of Aurora is changing. A new mass transit light rail line is under construction, and soon you will see lots of changes where you live and drive. Be alert, your safety is our first concern. And when the 10.5 miles of line are complete in the year 2016, light rail will enhance the city and provide better mobility through this dynamic region. And it will connect the entire region to Aurora, making it easier to live in Aurora and work in Denver, and vice versa. As this line is constructed, there will be some short-term pain, but tremendous long-term gain as it carries workers, residents, students, and visitors throughout the city.
Welcome aboard RTD Light Rail.
Connecting us with Aurora Metro Center, Anschutz Medical Campus, Denver International Airport, downtown Denver, the Denver Tech Center, and more. This new light rail line will bring an urban vibe to Aurora. Trains will run through the city's core and make several crossings at street level between Iliff Station on the south and Peoria Station on the north. The 8 new stations create new opportunity to build vibrant, mixed-use urban gathering places with a host of uses.
We are at Colfax and Fitzsimmons Parkway, and we are building a elevated station at this location. It'll be the Colfax station. The city of Aurora has opted to make this a signature station with what we call a betterment that will have an arch and suspended canopy. It'll be an elevated station going over Colfax.
The train is going to be coming north on the west side of Abilene here, and it's going to make a turn right through the center of the intersection. It'll be on the side of Abilene, and it's going to come straight down the center of Exposition here. So right now, where you have 4 lanes of Exposition, you're only going to have 2 with the train going down the center of it. There's going to be a fence running down the center of it that'll keep people from crossing into the guideway.
Well, I'm at the intersection of Alameda and Sable in Aurora. The light rail train, as part of the 225 project, will be passing Alameda on the east side of the intersection. There will be warning devices put in place, automatic vehicle gates, there will be flashing warning signals, there will be bells, and there will also be illuminated warning signs that will activate when a train is approaching. One thing that the public needs to keep in mind is to be more aware of their surroundings, especially when they're approaching intersections where the train is crossing.
This is an exciting time in the life of Aurora as new connections are coming our way. Every day we see more progress on the light rail line. Watch for more updates coming to you soon.
One of the folks from RTD who helped us put that story together is joining us in our studios today.
That's right. Tina Hawkes, the Public Information Manager for the I-225 light rail line. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you.
Great.
So work on the 225 line is really gearing up, and one of the key projects that's underway now is on Abilene Street. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, it's very exciting. We have a lot of things going on throughout the whole corridor right now. Between Iliff and Jewel right now, there is a closure on Abilene so that we can do some utility relocation and some drainage work. But also farther up Abilene up to about Exposition, you can see where we're building guideway walls. But some of the more exciting things that you can actually see right now are some of the bridges coming up. So we have a lot of light rail bridges coming up. The 6th Avenue Bridge is very far along. Iliff is moving along, and soon we'll be doing a bridge over Mississippi. So those are the kind of highly visible construction things you can see.
Okay. Okay.
Some of the first rails have arrived. We have
Yes.
some pictures of those. What can you tell us about that?
That was very exciting for us.
Yeah.
That came last week. The pieces of rail come in 80-foot pieces, and they come from Pueblo, so they're locally made. They weigh a little over 3,000 pounds a piece.
Wow.
Later next month, we'll be welding those together and then moving them close to the alignment where they'll be installed. So it's an exciting milestone for us.
Definitely. So RTD occasionally holds public meetings about the 225 line and progress that's being made and what folks can expect next. How do you go about getting involved with those?
Well, we do hold public meetings occasionally. Mostly they're around station design, so we can present the stations to the public and they can ask questions. But we also really get out into to the community through special neighborhood organizations, so HOAs, church meetings, any kind of organization. So if people want us to come out and give presentations, they should check into our website and let us know and send us an email. Also, we really encourage people to sign up for information because that's the best way to get the up-to-date construction information. We send out updates every Friday, as well as a monthly newsletter, and we freshen up the website with current information. So the best thing is to get involved there, and then we can let you know about any activities coming
And
up.
that intersection at 225 and Iliff with that Abilene frontage road, all those great restaurants are right
Yes.
there. I mean, it really impacts a lot of people.
Absolutely. We will never cut off access to a business, but we just want people to check the website and make sure they've looked at the detours, watch for detour signs, and please continue to support local businesses.
I have to get my steak at the Outback.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you, Tina. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
To find out more about the project and how it might affect you, go to auroragov.org and click on the light rail icon on the home page. That will connect you to the RTD Fast Tracks website.
Well, fast forward to the future in Aurora, light rail. We're seeing a lot of changes along the soon-to-be Aurora line. As a result, there will be some overnight closures.
Aurora News Weekly got an up-close view of 2 of the 7 bridges under construction along I-225 just a few days ago. Take a listen to Kiewit Construction's Gabby Johnson as she gives us a brief tour.
Currently, I'm standing on the Iliff Avenue Light Rail Bridge for the I-225 rail line. First, we start out with what we call casing. Then we do what we call drill shafts. Essentially, this will then shape the column of the bridge. Simultaneously, they will work on the bridge abutments, which is actually what I'm standing on currently. And an abutment is the sides of the bridges. And then after that's done, we'll set the bridge girders. So as you can see behind me, those long things going across are what are called the girders. These girders are really, really long. The longest span we installed was over 150 foot long. So they come in on these big trucks and then the cranes will pick them up and set them down. So it's a very strategic process. So we're standing on the 6th Avenue Light Rail Bridge. They will be pouring the deck here pretty soon, probably in the next couple weeks, and that will require full closure. And then once they finish that, they'll have just a couple other things to do. So we'll hug 225 for a little bit up here. We'll cross Toll Gate, and then we'll head up towards Colfax. And so all these lane restrictions and closures are just for the safety of not only the traveling public, but the workers as well.
One job. Safety is a top priority for you and those working to make our transit easier. That's why joining us now is Hunter Sidnor, Kiewit's Public Information Officer for the I-225 rail line. Thanks for joining us, Hunter. It's
Thanks
good to
for
have
having
you.
me.
So tell us what those of us who live and drive through Aurora need to know about the bridge construction. There's 7 in all?
There's 7 bridges in all, plus a pedestrian bridge that will go over I-225 itself, but the train bridges, there's 7. And as we're building those bridges, there's several elements that we can't really have live traffic underneath because it's just not safe for people to be underneath them. So as Gabby was talking about the girders for the bridge, we have to have road closures when we put the girders in. We have road closures when we pour the deck, which is like when we make the concrete for the base slab of the bridges as well. And sometimes just some of the other work requires lane closures so that we don't have people traveling underneath while we're doing work on top of them.
So what does that mean for local businesses? Are they still going to be accessible?
Businesses will be accessible, and that's one of the things we really want people in Aurora to think about is that this is a great improvement for the city, and we want to make sure that people still patronize all the businesses in their area. Businesses are open. Access might be different, but there will be access to the businesses.
Okay. We'll have someone from the Aurora Line project on our newscast each month. So tell us about what we can expect the next time we meet.
Next time we're going to have really exciting stuff because we're going to talk about rail welding, that the rail has been delivered here already and it comes in sticks and they have to weld it together into strings. And so next time we'll talk about that.
Road closures are never fun. It is crazy traffic through that area, but I know we keep saying short-term pain, long-term gain. And we just got to focus on that when we see those road closures, because that work is just churning right along. It's exciting. Hunter Sidnor, thank you for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, it was wonderful to have you.
As